So the world class coaching that I've ever gotten has been in some weird stuff, right? Like, I've gotten some world class coaching in the wind tunnel. Do you know what the wind tunnel is?
No.
So the wind tunnel is a tube, right, that like blows air up and it simulates skydiving. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Okay. And so I went to a wind tunnel course for like 5 days out in Yuma, and when I was in the military, and I had these world class wind tunnel guys and skydive guys like literally cueing me, and it was just they could see these little things and be like, "Hey, do this," and if you're a good athlete, right, you can do it. They don't have to like be like, "Come on, man!" Like I'm telling you to do something, so do it. So they just were like they would see these little things and they would make these slight adjustments and it would fix so much, right? And so I feel like that is probably more.
Are you actually floating in the air when they tell you that? So like
Yeah.
you're on your stomach and there's wind blowing and it's keeping you off the ground, and then they're like,
Yeah.
okay, take your thumb and put it closer to your index finger, and you move
Right,
your thumb
or-
closer to your
yeah,
finger,
and yeah,
or
and they
get in the
can't-
hollow rock position, and so
they
like you
can't-
kind
exactly, but they can't even talk to you. They can actually only kind of they have to like speak through like showing you like little things. They're like, oh, turn your
oh
hand like
gesticulating, like
yeah,
basic,
like
okay.
little, very little things, and boom, it would fix you, and it was perfect. And that's kind of what I feel like might be more the case when it comes to like major league sports, where like don't get me wrong, I don't know, right? I've never played in the NFL, I've never played major league sports, but that's you're dealing with talent, right? You have very, very talented men and women playing a sport, and now you have these coaches who have coached for years and years and years, and probably at every single level, right? They don't just walk right into the pros typically. I'm not saying they don't, but some do. But and so they've learned where to make adjustments for these athletes, and so that's when it came to CrossFit, it was like they just kind of instead of where this conversation started from, I guess, was at those early stages, right? You had these phenomenal athletes that just walk into CrossFit gyms and they went and did great at the CrossFit Games, and so their coaches got all these, I don't know, almost like the accolades, like built these athletes where you're like, did you? Or did you just really show them that doing constantly varied functional movements at high intensity, different time domains really works? So I don't know. I know you love that because I know you love CrossFit.
Of course. When I watch, so Avi's been taking tennis for almost a year, and he's 6 years old, and they're basically teaching him how to serve. And I would have had I can serve a tennis ball. I can throw it up over my head. I can hit it. I can hit it into the spot. But if you see what they're really doing about how the racket changes angles, it's like basically when you swing, you're cutting it like this, and at the last minute it turns and faces the ball.
Right.
It's nuts. And to try to teach a 6-year-old that, or a 9-year-old that, or a 12-year-old, or any human being that.
Yeah.
Like now when I look at people serving, I'm like, oh shit, no. Like I'm watching guys play at the tennis club, and they look like they're amazing to me, but then I realize none of them can serve.
Yeah.
None of them serve like professionals. And this guy's like, this guy's teaching them to serve like really serve. I don't even know what the technique is called, but I know what it's called when you don't serve right. It's called the pancake serve, just like you're swatting a fly.
Yeah.
And that is not how you serve a tennis ball. And I would have had even though
no
I've seen
idea.
people serve tennis balls 500 times, I never even saw that adjustment that tennis players make at the very end.
No, I've never noticed that either.
And
that's
so
like golf. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that. But so my point is that you could never teach that. Like if once someone's in the NFL, you could never teach someone to. Let's say they had a pancake serve, you could never probably get them to change it. I mean, and I use the example of like look at someone like Shaq, and I don't follow basketball that closely, but it's kind of crazy that his free throws never got better, right?
Yeah.
And are you going to fix that in the NBA?
Right, yeah.
No?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe there's I'm not going to say pro athletes can't make adjustments because they can and they will if they need to. But yeah, you're probably right. It's probably more so it's probably more likely not going to happen than going to happen. But yeah, like what you're saying is it's like golf too, man. Like golf is such a technical sport, and to be able to be coached and like I've gotten to play with, Scott Stallings now, who's a professional golfer, and it's like the little things that he says, you're like, you feel like you knew it, but you didn't know it, and then you do it and you're like, oh, damn, okay, that's how you hit a golf ball. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, I bet it's nuts playing with him. I wonder if he gets frustrated playing with people who are like 50 nuances behind him.
You know, he's a good dude. I don't know. He's not. I'm sure he